So, Marineford, one of the most critically acclaimed arcs in Shonen you could possibly find. I'd say if you asked the vast majority of Shonen fans that had seen One Piece, most of them would probably have Marineford somewhere in their top 5. So of course I was beyond excited when the time finally came for me to read Marineford for the first time during my One Piece read through. And of course I absolutely loved it, but there's one important question. Why did I love Marineford so much? Yeah, I absolutely adored Marineford, and even some of the stuff that came before that, you could chuck Sabodi in there, you could chuck Impel Down in there, all of it was just absolutely phenomenal enjoyment to read, and to be honest, it was probably some of the most fun I've had actually reading manga in absolutely ages. Whether it be in us see what the true power in the One Piece world is capable of, or seeing the returns of some familiar friends or foes, or maybe just the fact that it is the catalyst that made Luffy the person he is today. There's absolutely plenty you can take away from this arc. When I read or watch an arc, after I'm done I sort of tend to sit back and think to myself, well, how good was that really? Like, how much did I enjoy this arc, or how much did I actually dislike this arc? And for the most part, that's about as much thought as I really tend to give it. But sometimes, just sometimes, there's that one arc that comes along that makes me sit back and think, no, we need to think about this a bit more. Ones where they're sort of like that good, that they almost deserve their own Hall of Fame. I suppose, in fact, I could probably say I do actually have my own Hall of Fame of arcs. It's very small. Like, for most arcs, like I said, I thought that was good, or I didn't really like that. But some arcs, I'm like, that was so damn good that I have to give it a legendary status. It's a Hall of Fame reserved for probably the closest you could get to a 10 out of 10 arc, in my opinion. These include the Chimera Ant arc from Hunter x Hunter, my absolute favourite shonen arc, or probably arc of all time. It also includes the Return to Shiganshina arc from Attack on Titan. And now as well, you guessed it, Marineford from One Piece. Now, a large part of that reasoning has to go to Whitebeard and his crew. Now, yes, I love Luffy, and I also loved his little makeshift prison crew that he made for this arc, and in fact, I made little low-key kind of like that group more than the actual Straw Hats. But you didn't hear that from me. But Whitebeard absolutely just solidified himself in history with this arc. A character that I'd always heard so much about but seen so little of. So to get the chance to see him in action under all those circumstances was something I could only have dreamt of before this arc, and just seeing it all instantly shot him up to probably become my favourite character in One Piece. But it's not just the tightly knit relationship and love that the Whitebeard pirates have that made me love this arc so much, but also seeing the effects that Luffy has to bring others together, including his former enemies. I love you, Crocodile. I really do. And it goes without saying that Luffy's quest, along with the Whitebeard crew's quest to save Ace, is an obvious highlight of this arc. I mean, it's what the arc's centered about, so it's to be expected. But despite it being the main focus, I feel like it's almost overshadowed by all of the other incredible, unexpected occurrences that happen throughout this arc. From Whitebeard's death to Ace's death, which, yes, I did know about Ace's death before reading this. I mean, nowadays, who doesn't know about Ace's death? Even if you've never read One Piece, I believe everybody knows about this death. But to also seeing Shanks appear right after fighting Kaido, who, reading this arc and hearing so much about Kaido during the time of Wano going on in the manga and the anime, just fills me with so much hype and respect for Shanks as a character, and it was just so good going through all of it. But I think the part that actually sent me wild the most was seeing Blackbeard. More specifically, seeing the true ability of Blackbeard. Not only does he turn up when you think all is over, but he also steals the Tremor fruit from Whitebeard, making him, what I can only presume, the only person in the world capable and actually having the ability of 2 different devil fruits. Honestly, Marineford was the perfect blend. It wasn't too long, it didn't drag out, it focused on what it needed to focus on, and it didn't really stray away from that too often. And even if it did, it was something that was necessary, something that was still getting focused, something that the readers actually cared about. Everything in Marineford happened for a reason. And it just simply carried an element of surprise which you just didn't expect. And I know that sounds really dumb and stupid, but hopefully you know what I mean. Every single time I thought this was it and the hype would die down from here, something out of nowhere would just come along and physically make me gasp out loud. It gave us one of the most emotional moments in One Piece, if not the most emotional One Piece moment, with Ace's death, as well as obviously Whitebeard's, who died one of the most honourable and heroic deaths that I've seen in manga, full stop. Even with all the high praise this arc gets, setting the expectations to the utmost highest of standards, it somehow still managed to not only deliver to those standards, but also surpass them. Marineford really did make me realise, made me sit back and understand why I'm reading One Piece. Even though it's not my most favourite series of all time, and yes, I may have a love-hate relationship with One Piece, but that still didn't get in the way of me understanding and realising and having such admiration for this near masterpiece of an arc. But yeah, for those of you who follow me on Twitter and obviously know that I've been reading One Piece, this was a video mainly for you guys because I had to talk about this arc. There was no way I couldn't come away from reading that. And yes, I finished reading this like a month ago. And yes, the likes of Fishman Island afterwards did feel like they dragged on a little bit and maybe I wasn't the biggest fan. One Piece, it really is a journey. It's one of those series which you can always pick up and you know, no matter what, there's something you can pick out of each chapter, of each arc, which you do enjoy. And honestly, I respect One Piece so damn much. Hopefully I can make another video like this at some point about another future arc. I'm presuming that Wano is going to live up to the high expectations it has as well when I finally get to that in, I don't know, 2022 or something. But thank you so much for watching. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. And I'll be seeing you guys in another video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of Marineford. I'm expecting lots and lots of positivity about this arc. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the video. But until then, peace.